This is a short version of what you might see in a longer session. This will be about 30 or 40 minutes, so you can see part of the board has already been prepared due to time. But for the most part, what you would see is a blank canvas at the beginning, and then it all kind of unfolds through the topic. I know a little bit about what Brittany's going to say, but only enough that it gives me kind of an idea of where we're going to be heading. But most of it is just a visual note-taking. It's listening to those salient points and capturing them in visual format. It's not intended to distract from what Brittany is presenting. Most of the time, I'm either off to the side or kind of off to the stage. It's not usually quite as upfront and personal, but my job is to be a fly on the wall and kind of capture some thinking, and then give you the opportunity at the end to process your own application through the use of visuals to support you.
Fantastic. Well, I would like someone to raise their hand and think about thank you, General, or Sergeant, 3 things that you think I specialize in balance, and what part of the life you may think one of those are out of the 3. Anybody? So, as a life coach, I specialize in 3 areas of the life. So what areas do you think I focus on? Emotional. Emotional? Okay, so your personal life and your emotions, okay. Andrew?
Your work life.
Yes, your professional life. Good job, Andrew. Okay, anybody else? What do you think the last one is? Your family life, your relationships, the growth inside your relationships. So let's start with relationships. It's about that beautiful, sorry, I want to see too. That beautiful relationship at home with your wife, your husband, your kids, your grandparents, your mothers, your fathers, all these people in your life that are influencers. I focus on that part of your life, if you're dating, if your marriage is balanced, if your kids and you are present. And then I get into your home life. That's the hard part, is creating that balance and that love and that security, where you feel like you're fulfilling your duties as a family. And then we get into your professional life, which most of you guys are here for your professional life. Your professional life is where you're trying to achieve financial freedom, where you're trying to have a space where you can really grow on a ladder. And you know it can get stressful, and usually your professional life keeps you out of balance, right? We focus on our professional lives because it pays the bills. But we want our professional life to be something we love and we have fulfillment and passion for. So I do focus in all 3 areas of this. So the last area, I did the home life, is personal, your nutrition, who you are and what you need. Focus only on you. This is not anybody else's place. This is where you take care of you, which is really hard because we have families, we have all these people around us with all this pressure. So how do we do that? I'm going to give you some steps. So I'd like everybody to look on their worksheet, and I want you to work on number 2. What are you going to do in your personal life to not burn out? What are your plans? Life is hard. I want to know what you're going to do with that part of your life and how you're not going to burn out. Does anybody have an answer of how they don't burn out? Party. Okay, celebrating, great, and partying. Okay.
I am simplifying. I tried not to do a tree this year, but my husband freaked out, so I did do a tree this year, but I'm trying to simplify, toning things down.
And is that really helping with not burning out this year?
I don't know, because I put on my tree and I had an awesome time doing it and I loved it, so I was thinking maybe I probably shouldn't have thought about taking that out.
Because it was a stressor and you thought that would help, but you would miss it.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's okay, we kind of go back on them. Anybody else? Besides partying, celebrating, and
simplifying.
Simplifying, that's a great one.
Massage.
Massage by Casey, that's what I do. Okay, so I want you to write down what you're going to do personally. And another question is, how are you going to focus on your nutrition and exercise when you're constantly going from one-to-ones? And you're constantly moving about. It's like the last thing on your mind. I want to know what you're going to do now, besides Vicki and Ashley, to get that as a priority in 2017. So let's move to your home life. This is the hard one, I think, with the people I coach. It's hard because you don't have control over the other person, people, or that you're working with. You don't have a choice what your ex-wife is going to do over the holidays. You don't have the choice how many family members you're going to see. You don't have the choice that your mom's kind of cranky and gets stressed out. But you can choose how you react to these situations. And so I want you to focus on number 1. How will you stay present? It sounds so simple, but deep down inside, it's not that simple because we get distracted by technology. We get distracted by the stress of the food and the setting up. So I want to know how you're going to stay present and celebrate your faith underneath this question. If you have a strong faith and you're doing Hanukkah, how are you going to do Hanukkah present? And how are you going to enjoy that holiday, my 2 Hanukkahs? And then my Christmas, how are you going to be present when your kids are opening up gifts and you're not going to worry about the money you spent or the mess?
It worked out really well for me this year because we do both.
Oh, you
And
do?
Hanukkah starts on Christmas Eve. Very simple.
That is really simple.
And I'll be in Florida.
What are you going to do,
That's my
Joey?
main concern.
We're focusing more on gifts of like time and experience than just stuff. So we can like do things together as a family or experiences for us and our kids instead of just the stuff.
That's fantastic because sometimes we get obsessed about the gift itself instead of the emotion and the love behind it. So I want to ask one more question in this one. So we all have families or kids. What are you going to do with the chaos? Because we see chaos as a bad thing. When your kids are running around and one doesn't have a shirt on and you're trying to get ready before the family comes and one's in a diaper, I want to know how you're going to enjoy those moments instead of turning them into stress. Anybody want to say anything? Oh, Lisa.
Slow down.
Slow down and take a deep breath and breathe because we're meant to slow down and just be present and just enjoy the moments of life. We're not supposed to go 100 million miles an hour. How are you going to deal with the chaos and turn it into good?
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Fantastic. Don't sweat the small stuff.